We all have moments when we feel lost, unsure, and unmotivated. Life can feel overwhelming. The future can feel uncertain. It's okay to feel this way. These feelings are part of being human. Especially as young adults, we face enormous pressure. Pressure to succeed in school, to make friends, to find our place in the world. It's easy to get caught in a cycle of self-doubt and negativity. We start to question our abilities. We wonder if we're good enough, but there's hope. Even in the darkest of times, a spark of light resides within us. We all have the power to overcome our shadows. We can cultivate resilience. We can find our own unique motivation. This is a journey of self-discovery and growth. It's a journey that requires courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to embrace our imperfections. But it's a journey worth taking, because on the other side of our shadows lies a life of meaning and purpose. The shadow of doubt can be a powerful force. It whispers negative thoughts, amplifying our fears and insecurities. It tells us we're not good enough, smart enough, or strong enough. It can make us question our dreams and our worth. This shadow often stems from past experiences, from times when we felt hurt, rejected, or inadequate. These experiences leave emotional scars, making us hesitant to step outside our comfort zones. We fear repeating those negative experiences. We fear failing. But what if we looked at these shadows not as weaknesses, but as opportunities for growth? What if we saw them as reminders of our resilience, our ability to overcome adversity? Instead of letting the shadow consume us, we can choose to confront it. We can challenge those negative thoughts, replacing them with positive affirmations. We can remind ourselves of our past successes, of the times we persevered and overcame challenges. We can choose to believe in ourselves even when doubt creeps in. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to adapt and grow in the face of adversity. It's the inner strength that allows us to navigate life's challenges with courage and determination. Building resilience is essential for overcoming our shadows and finding lasting motivation. Resilience is not about being perfect or never experiencing hardship. It's about acknowledging our struggles, learning from our mistakes, and using those experiences to become stronger. It's about developing coping mechanisms that help us manage stress, anxiety, and negative emotions. One way to cultivate resilience is through mindfulness. By paying attention to our thoughts and feelings without judgment, we can start to understand the root of our negativity. We can then challenge those thoughts and replace them with more positive and realistic ones. Another important aspect of resilience is self-compassion. When we're struggling, it's easy to be self-critical and judge ourselves harshly. But by treating ourselves with kindness and understanding, we can create a more supportive inner dialogue. We can learn to forgive ourselves for our mistakes and focus on our strengths. We all possess an inner strength that often goes unnoticed. It's the strength that allows us to get out of bed each morning, even when we don't feel like it. It's the strength that helps us face our fears, even when our hearts are pounding. This inner strength is not always obvious. It's not about physical power or outward displays of dominance. It's about the quiet resilience that resides within us, the ability to keep going even when we feel like giving up. Sometimes recognizing our inner strength requires looking back on our lives. It's about acknowledging the challenges we've already overcome, the obstacles we've already surmounted. It's about remembering the times when we thought we couldn't go on, but somehow found a way. We can also tap into our inner strength by connecting with our values. What's important to us? What do we stand for? By aligning our actions with our values, we find a sense of purpose and motivation that fuels our resilience. Remember, you are stronger than you think. You have already faced and overcome challenges in your life. Trust in your ability to navigate the future, to learn from your experiences, and to emerge from your shadows even stronger than before. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, something to be avoided or hidden. We're taught to put on a brave face, to pretend we have it all together, but true strength lies in embracing our vulnerability, in acknowledging our imperfections, and allowing ourselves to be seen for who we truly are. Vulnerability is not about weakness, it's about courage. It takes courage to show up authentically, to let go of the need for perfection, and to risk being judged or rejected. But when we embrace our vulnerability, we open ourselves up to genuine connection and personal growth. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we create space for others to do the same. We send a message that it's okay to not be okay, that we're all in this together. This vulnerability fosters trust and intimacy, allowing us to build meaningful relationships that support our mental well-being. Embracing vulnerability also allows us to challenge our inner critic. When we hide our imperfections, we give our inner critic more power. But when we acknowledge our vulnerabilities, we take away its ammunition. We learn to accept ourselves, flaws and all, and to practice self-compassion. Human beings are social creatures. We thrive on connection, on feeling seen, heard, and understood. When we feel isolated and alone, our shadows can grow stronger, fueling feelings of depression and lack of motivation. That's why nurturing genuine connections is crucial for our mental well-being. Building meaningful connections can be challenging, especially in today's fast-paced world. But it's worth the effort. Start by reaching out to friends, family members, or mentors who offer support and encouragement. Share your thoughts and feelings honestly, allowing yourself to be vulnerable with those you trust. Sometimes, connecting with others means stepping outside our comfort zones. It might involve joining a club or group that aligns with our interests, volunteering in our community, or simply striking up conversations with people we encounter in our daily lives. Remember, connection is a two-way street. It's not just about receiving support, but also about offering it to others. When we show up for others, when we listen with empathy and offer words of encouragement, we strengthen our own sense of purpose and belonging. One of the most powerful ways to combat depression and find lasting motivation is to connect with our purpose. Purpose gives our lives meaning and direction. It fuels our passions and inspires us to make a difference in the world. Finding our purpose is not always easy. It's not about choosing the right career or achieving some grand ambition. It's about identifying what truly matters to us, what brings us joy and fulfillment. It's about aligning our actions with our values and using our unique talents to make a positive impact. Sometimes our purpose reveals itself through our interests and hobbies. What activities make us lose track of time? What are we naturally drawn to? By exploring these interests, we can uncover hidden passions and talents that lead us towards our purpose. We can also find purpose by reflecting on our values. What do we believe in? What kind of world do we want to create? By aligning our actions with our values, we find a sense of direction and motivation that transcends our personal struggles. Setting goals is an important step in finding motivation and creating a sense of purpose. But it's crucial to set realistic goals that are achievable and aligned with our values and capabilities. Setting unrealistic goals can lead to frustration, self-doubt, and ultimately reinforce our shadows. Start by setting small, achievable goals that build momentum. Instead of aiming for a complete life overhaul, focus on making small changes in your daily routine that contribute to your overall well-being. These small victories, however insignificant they may seem, can have a significant impact on our motivation and self-esteem. Break down larger goals into smaller, more manageable steps. This makes the task less daunting and allows us to track our progress more effectively. As we achieve these smaller milestones, we gain a sense of accomplishment that fuels our motivation to keep going. Remember, progress is not always linear. There will be setbacks and challenges along the way. Be kind to yourself, adjust your goals as needed, and celebrate your successes, no matter how small they may seem. Motivation without action is like a car without an engine. It might look impressive, but it won't get you anywhere. To truly conquer our shadows and create a life of meaning and purpose, we need to take action. We need to translate our intentions into concrete steps and move forward, even when it feels uncomfortable. Action doesn't have to be grand or dramatic. It can be as simple as getting out of bed and taking a walk, reaching out to a friend for support, or dedicating 15 minutes to a hobby that brings us joy. What matters is that we make a conscious decision to move forward, to break free from the inertia that keeps us stuck in our shadows. Start by identifying one small action you can take today that aligns with your goals and values. It could be anything that moves you in a positive direction, no matter how small it may seem. The key is to take that first step and build momentum from there. Remember, action creates motivation. The more we act, the more motivated we become. As we experience the positive effects of our actions, our confidence grows, our shadows recede, and we become more empowered to create the life we desire. In our pursuit of grand ambitions and life-altering transformations, we often overlook the importance of celebrating small victories. But these seemingly insignificant accomplishments are essential for maintaining motivation and cultivating a positive mindset. They remind us that we're making progress, that we're capable of achieving our goals. Take time to acknowledge and appreciate every step forward, no matter how small it may seem. Did you manage to get out of bed and go for a walk today? Did you reach out to a friend and share your feelings? Did you dedicate 15 minutes to a creative pursuit that brings you joy? These are all victories worth celebrating. Celebrating small victories doesn't have to be elaborate or expensive. It's about acknowledging our efforts and giving ourselves credit for taking action. It could be as simple as writing down our accomplishments in a journal, sharing our successes with a friend, or taking a few moments to appreciate how far we've come. By celebrating small victories, we create a positive feedback loop that reinforces our motivation and strengthens our resilience. We learn to appreciate the journey, to focus on the present moment, and to find joy in the process of growth and self-discovery. The journey through our shadows is not always easy. There will be moments of doubt, fear, and uncertainty. But by embracing our vulnerability, cultivating resilience, and taking courageous action, we can emerge from these shadows stronger, wiser, and more motivated than ever before. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. We all face challenges and setbacks, but within each of us lies an inner strength, a resilience that allows us to overcome adversity and create a life of meaning and purpose. Take action today, connect with your purpose, set realistic goals, embrace vulnerability, celebrate small victories, and never underestimate the power of human connection. The journey begins with a single step. Take that step today and watch as your shadows give way to a brighter, more fulfilling future.